Welcome to Good Vibe News, where we explore inspiring stories, upcoming events and experiences, and creative culture. A show that makes you do better. This week on Good Vibe News, a new vertical farm of the future, an alpinist that organizes a cleanup on Mount Everest, and Indigenous women leaders getting recognized. In events and experience, we have a virtual guided tour of the Louvre Museum and a rock and roll fashion photography event. In creative culture, artist James Turell creates an installation inside a volcano. Song of the week by Tom Grennan and an artist spotlight by Joana Choumali. Enjoy the episode. Today on Good News, a new vertical farm opening on the outskirts of Copenhagen in Denmark is set to start producing nearly 1,000 metric tons of greens per year. The facility relies entirely on hydroponics and LED lights and doesn't require pesticides. The energy to power the farm will come exclusively from wind power, making it entirely carbon neutral. And automated robots will be used to plant the seeds and even care for them. Alpinist and eco-activist Marion Chagnon-Dupuis and her team cleaned up to 8.5 tons of trash on Mount Everest in just about 3 years. Her Clean Everest project amounted to cleaning about 3/4 of all the man-made waste on the mountain. She convinced the local authorities to support her project, and they gave her 50 yaks as a gift to help get the waste down the mountainside. The pollution affecting the Himalayas has an effect on the drinking water used by close to 2 billion people living in the Chinese and Indian valleys. Her initiative aims to finish cleaning up Everest and then move on to clean up the entire Himalayan mountain range. Indigenous women have long been leaders in the fight for environmental and social justice. This year, a few of those women were giving some much-deserved and well-overdue recognition for their important work. Time magazine named Nemonte Ninkimo a leader of Ecuador's indigenous Waorani nation, one of the 100 most influential people of 2020. In 2019, she filed a lawsuit against the Ecuadorian government to successfully protect 202,000 hectares of indigenous territories in Amazon rainforest. Lady Pesh, a Mayan beekeeper, was also awarded the Goldman Environmental Prize for spearheading a coalition to prevent agrochemical company Monsanto from spreading their controversial genetically modified Roundup-ready soybean crops in 7 states in Mexico. Deb Haaland from New Mexico has been nominated by President-elect Joe Biden to head the Department of the Interior. She becomes the first Indigenous woman cabinet member in U.S. history. This week on Events and Experience, the National Arts Club presents Rock and Roll Fashion. This event is an exploration of the rock music scene through pictures by Bob Gruen that have captured the world's attention. Bob Gruen is one of the most recognized and respected photographers in rock and roll. He photographed notorious icons such as John Lennon, Bob Marley, Madonna, Elvis, Bob Dylan, and that's just to name a few. He's captured the music scene for over 40 years in photographs and has gained worldwide recognition. The event promises wildly entertaining stories and iconic images, providing a unique window into the evolution of American music culture. A virtual guided tour of the Louvre Museum. Learn the history and explore the works of art in the most famous art museum in the world. In this virtual tour, you'll be learning about the history of the Louvre and experience the paintings and sculptures within its walls, as well as multiple works of art, some famous and some not as well known. The tour will conclude with the discussion of the Mona Lisa, talking about its own history and value to the world. Today on Creative Culture, an artist hollows out a volcano and turns it into one big art piece. James Turell, a California-born artist, has spent the last 4 decades carving a celestial observatory and light exhibition out of a 400,000-year-old extinct volcano. The exhibition is located in the Rodin Crater, a 3-mile wide volcanic cinder cone in northern Arizona's Painted Desert. Visitors will be able to gaze up at the sky from inside the crater and go through tunnels and rooms illuminated by light from the sun, moon, and stars. Turell is planning an underground network of 24 different viewing spaces, including an amphitheater and 6 tunnels. There will also be a restaurant, visitor center, cabins, light-reflecting pools, and a light spa. Talk about an explosive piece of art. The song of the week is Tom Grennan's Better. This triumphant feel-good song from indie pop British singer-songwriter Tom Grennan shows a music video that makes the best out of social distancing. Playing himself in his home and studio, the song is, like the title says, about finding something better. Check it out now on YouTube. This week's artist spotlight is Joana Choumali, who embroiders hope into her photographs. In March of 2016, a terrorist attack shook the seaside town of Grand Bassam in Côte d'Ivoire. 3 weeks later, Choumali stepped out onto the streets to use her method of embroidering on her photos to capture how its people were coping and rebuilding from the trauma. She says the brightly colored threads are the sentiments that she cannot express verbally. To cope with her own emotions, Joana worked by embroidering over the images on printed canvas, as if she were connected to the people in the photographs. Her work can be found on Instagram at Joana_Choumali or at joanachoumali.com. So that is all for Good Vibe News for today. Please check out our channel for more videos, more Good Vibe News, events, and experiences. And we're looking forward to see you back when things are back on again. See you at a local event and a virtual experience. We got tons of cool stuff coming out in 2021. So stay tuned. And until next time, keep the good vibes going. Love, share the love,